Hello, I'm Travoya. I am going to be getting ready to go run some errands today, so I just thought that I'd do a tutorial on how I style my short hair. It was cut in a lived-in pixie cut, which is a little bit longer than you typically would get it. It is naturally curly. I don't really like heat or chemicals on my hair for like straightening, so I just leave it curly. I do have some straight pieces that I finger curl, but you'll be able to see that at the end when I start finishing up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So first thing I do is just find my part. I have a natural part on the side here, so it kind of like curves a little bit, so I just follow that. And my part looks like this. So now I can move everything in the general direction that it wants to go in or fall in, really. In the back, I don't like, because my hair is very fine, I kind of just take it and comb it back. That way I have a little bit of volume at the top of my head. Actually, a little bit more. There we go. So the products that I use, the first one that I use, if my hair is dry or like I just washed it, I use the African Pride. Ooh, there, can you see it? African Pride leave-in, and I just, because my hair is short, I just use about this much, maybe just a tad bit more. So just go in and pretty much just get it through my hair. My hair is fine and very dry, so I have to make sure I get some type of cream in there in my hair. Because it's fine, I can't use too much of a cream, because it will just stick to my head, because I have to add a few more products to it. So I try to just do it very lightly. Make sure I get the sides over here so everything can kind of curl up. The way that it needs to. Make sure I get it like on my scalp too. I don't know why, it makes my head feel better. I don't know. I've always done it like that. Okay, so now that that is dispersed throughout my head, I will take, it's from the same line. It's the African Pride Curl Mousse. Rose water. Let me see. There we go. And I just take a few pumps of this and just put it through my hair like I did before. I'll make sure I get the top and the back curly pieces. So the top part of my hair is long and the back part of my head is short. That's because of how I like it to lay. When I had my pixie cut the first time, I noticed that I liked it when it was a little bit longer or grown out or lived in. Make sure you get all the pieces there too on the side. Just make sure that it's all the way through. It is time for me to get it cut again, but your girl gotta get paid first. All right, so now that I have everything kind of in the direction that I want it to go, I take this brush. Oop, can you see it? This brush here. It is a mini, I don't know, I got it on Amazon. I have a bigger version of it, but it's kind of like the bounce curl brush, but it doesn't have the board bristles on it. It's just a brush like this, but it's mini because my hair is short. So what I do now is pretty much just take all the long pieces at the top, and I'll take my rat tail comb over here on the short side and just curl it like that. Now I just go section by section. I go over and then I go under to create some volume. Same for the rest of the sections. Here I take some small sections. Ooh. Oh, let's redo this one. Take some small sections and pretty much just do the same thing throughout the top part of my head. Then when I get to my little part over here, that's when I know the top part is okay. Spray a little bit more water here because this tends to be the driest part of my hair. So that's what this front piece looks like here. And now I'm gonna do the side. I don't know what really this side is called, but it's this part. I just pick it up at the top. It's the longest pieces because this is just the curly grown out parts down here. So I section this off as well, just so I can have the most curls I can, so they're not all clumping together, because again, my hair is fine and I look crazy because it'll be sticking to my head. I try to do it to the side to where it falls. That way I don't just have like a big hole on the side because of the curls. And then I do the back, or like directly in the back part right here, or the crown, I should say. Okay, and now we're gonna do this side. So now we do this little piece here, which sometimes this can be a little bit of a problem area for me because I like to have my hair slicked down on the side. But sometimes when it falls just right, it looks okay and I'll rock it. But sometimes it's a hit or miss. But I didn't want to shave it, so just got it cut really short. And I can still, it's long enough to where I can tuck behind my ear. So if all else fails or it doesn't dry or curl right, then I can still tuck it behind my ear. And this pretty much is how it looks after I brush style it. So in the back here, because I have longer pieces, I kind of just don't pay attention to the back because the back not my problem sometimes. So we're gonna add one more product, but I'm just lightly mist in case anything is drying out. And that's pretty much it. And then I use, this is the last thing I use. It's the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Mousse. Because when I was using like gel to finish, the gel was too heavy and I wouldn't even use a lot. But this has been the best kind of like formulation or combination that I have come across for my hair. So this is what I use. So I just use a little bit, about that much, because my hair is short. And pretty much I don't like rake it through. I don't know what this motion is. Scrunch it, or I don't know. Scrunch it in, I guess, yeah. And make sure I get the sides over here. Get the top really because I need volume up there. And then get the back. So I'll do the same thing on this side. Kind of just like go into the curl with it. I really don't know the correct terminology. I'm sorry, but I scrunch it in. And make sure I get the little curls back here. So to scrunch up like this, like cut my hand like this and go up. Yes, I know you can see my scalp. I told you my hair is fine. We're gonna fix it in just a minute. I'll go in just a little bit more on the back side over here because I didn't have enough. Okay, so this is looking pretty good to me. So let's see if I can curl that. Probably not. It needs to be trimmed, but that's okay. So now, since I don't have a whole lot of time to just sit and air dry, I'm going to use my diffuser. I've been having this diffuser for a very long time. It's a hair dryer by Revlon. I got this a long time ago on Amazon. I also got this attachment. It's a universal diffuser. That's literally what it was called when I looked it up on Amazon. So now, oh, also, it's so old, the little button came off for high, low, and medium and all that stuff. So I have it set on, I know you can't see it, but it's set on the lowest setting because I don't want my hair to burn. Oh, and beforehand, I use the Olaplex #7 for my heat protector. Also use a little bit to break up the cast. once I diffuse it and I go in with the shot of cold air, just kind of stay a little better. This one right here. I know it looks a little bit wild now, but just trust the process. I am going to go in, go in with a little bit of that Olaplex number 7. Just to kind of scrunch out the cast. I know I look like I have like a little pompadour at the top, but that is how I like it. So most of the time I have a problem with some of these pieces on top curling, but I think they did pretty well today. Otherwise I would just go in and finger coil those pieces. So take a little bit of this, get it good on my fingertips, and I just go in over the top and just scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. And my hair is about, I want to say 90% dry. Scrunch it and scrunch it. Until I can't feel any more of that cast. And then I just take my fingers pretty much and just kind of fluff it in the back and then fluff it at the top. And then we're gonna lay everything down in just a second. Or lay my edges really. All right, so I know it's not looking like much now, but we're gonna get it together in just a second. All right, so next thing, if you want to see what it looks like around the back, I just have like a natural weird cowlick thing right here, which just so happened to just work out fine today. And then I have like, they're not bald spots, but I have like weird separations. So I just kind of leave those alone because then I'm gonna look bald headed. So pretty much just try to get everything blended as much as I can because my hair is so dark and my scalp is so light. I try to get it to look as decent as it can. Okay, so now we're going to use Baskin Lather. Can you see it? Baskin Lather Edge Control. And my handy dandy beauty supply edge brush. Smells so good. This is what it looks like here. I have made quite a divot in it already, but I only use a little bit. It's very, very strong holding. It does advise for you to make sure that your edge brush is at least damp because it helps with molding and keeping it there. So I'll put a little bit on this edge here. So I'll go downward and go over just a little bit. And I don't know how to do all the little crazy edges and everything, so this is just how I do mine. Because this is how I know how to do it. And normally I'll just push everything down here. Just because that's just how I do mine. Like, you can do yours. Again, I have really thin edges, or, you know, not edges, but bald spots here that I'm trying to give the illusion that it is there when it's not. So I just kind of brush everything down. That way I don't have that big of a sparse area. So again, if you have thicker edges, I mean, you can do how you normally do yours and, you know, get away with it, but I can't because I have that thin area right there and on the other side, so I have to do something to cover it up. I am starting to use a hair oil by the same line, the Baskin Lather, the scalp stimulator, and they're not, this is not sponsored obviously, but I like their products. It smells good, and it I feel like it's helping. Like, I've been using it for about a week or so, and it has helped stimulate a little bit of hair on those sparse areas that I have. Not a lot, but I can tell a difference. Like, when I'm styling my hair, that area is not as see-through, I'm gonna say. So this part right here is like really short, so I have to make sure that I get all of that part behind my ear. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I have my little sideburns here. And I'm just gonna take a little bit, make sure my edge brush is a little damp, and then just go in and swoop it. And then I take some on my finger, just a little bit, and I go on the little curly part right here, a little curly part right there, and then I use my fingers actually to curl it up, and just press it. And it'll stay right there. Sometimes it sticks to my finger, so I'll use the end of this to pretty much just press it in place. So this side is done. Take some of it out here like that. Sometimes I will just take all of this section and swoop it back like I did this, and just tuck it behind my ear. But I think it looks decent right now, because sometimes, like, because my hair is growing out, the curls don't curl like they're supposed to, but they look decent right now. So we're just gonna leave it. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see, because this one is giving me some problems, but that looks better. Okay, so now the top part here, just gonna take some, because I like everything to kind of like swoop. Just me, that's just my preference. You don't have to like everything that swoops. Take it and I brush it up, just the part, so I can give it some direction. Brush it up, and it's like a little, do like a little C kind of, sort of, to kind of get it in the direction I want it to go. Then I take some in front and do the same thing. Same thing on the side here. And I know because my hair is lying on this side that I probably don't have to, but if the wind takes my hair and somebody's walking next to me, I don't need them saying I look crazy. So I take some, make sure my edge brush is damp, and then I go downwards just to kind of get everything gathered. And I cover this part right here because it catches onto the rest of my hair and then it frizzes out. So I like to cover that part. If you know of any other way for me to do my edges without my bald spot showing, I would be very open to it, but this is how I know how to do it. So and I've been doing it like this for a long time. The edge control is very, very edge control-y, so sometimes if I put too much, it gathers right here, and I have to re-wet it to kind of get it to lay back down instead of bunch up. All right, so now make sure all of that little area is behind my ear. Perfect. Now we're gonna lay this one down too. Okay, so that part is done, and I'm gonna just kind of get that to go back where it was, back where it belongs. And I'd like to do this little part. You don't have to, but I like to do this little part in the front. Okay, so this is pretty much the finished look. I'm gonna kind of clean up the little parts in the front that are not curling all the way. I'll just go in with a little bit more of like some water on my fingers. And it's always this little part right here, but I think that's more so because I have to, like, you know, swoop it. And it has product on it, so I don't want to do too much with it. and I'll just leave it. Nope, not this one. This one wants to be straight, so we're gonna finger curl that one too. Have to look and see which way it curls because curls go all different ways. And I just normally just let those pieces air dry and scrunch them out when I get to wherever I'm going. And that is the finished product. Turning like a rotisserie chicken. Okay. I am going to put my face on and go run my errands. Y'all have a good day.